Hello everyone, Lion Gamer here, and today, after waiting so many years, since the day I started playing Vanguard, one of my most favorite cards is coming back to a standard format, and it is... That's right, Chronojet Dragon. And that's why I will be presenting an unboxing video for this day. So with no further ado, let's jump right into this. So now here we are and we start right off the box. Let's take a look. What a beauty, I gotta say. Chronojet Stride Deckset. You have the good old Gear Chronicle emblem. And in addition the Dark States emblem. Both of those emblems on 3 sides. I can't say it many times, but well, this is a massive thing. Well then, let's open it up. Oh, what do we have here first? Some screws. Okay, interesting. I did not expect that. Well, let's take a look what this is. It's really made up of many parts. Oh, I see. Small package for the frame. Let's put that aside for first, because the most important thing is what is still inside here. First of all, we got those acrylic coins with the included stickers, which you can use. As you can see, the boost and intercept symbols, and then for the over trigger, the 100 million, and also a persona ride. And then we also got critical +1, and even for the drive. Then the general power increase, like the 5,000 or 10,000 to the 20,000. Then we also got, what's interesting, one power symbol sticker, which you could use if you are playing Red Juice yourself or playing against one. And as well a 13k base power sticker, which you might want to use for your Chronojet because he is 11k. But because of a crest, it will become a 13k. Yeah. Quite a lot of packaging here, and I screwed that up. I really like that card, really suits the Gear Chronicle theme here. And I hope you just got to press it out, and yeah, there we go. One side a little bit rough, and one side really clean. Yeah, pretty nice, I like it. And second, we also got the playmat. Let's get rid of some of those parts. And here it is. What a great playmat design, I gotta say. On the left, we got Chronojet Dragon himself, and on the right, just a shadow of him. Yeah, I will probably use it if I play this deck for certain. Yeah, just a beauty. Nothing else to say. And here we also got our deck box. Well made from good materials, you know, for some of the other Europe deck box. Really solid. I won't have any fear that it will break or something like that. Nice. And here we have the deck, but we set it as the side first because we still got almost, yeah, only one thing left. Those so-called sleeves. But yeah, we all know those are card loaders, but for some reason they are stated as sleeves in the product list. So we got one for Chronojet Dragon, Smoke Gear, Mesa Gear, Chronoran, and a Gear Chronicle Crest one. Yeah, so exactly, you can use 4 of them for the right deck, and 1 for your crest if you want to. I really like those motifs. Purple, black, best colors which you can ever wish for. Now for the main highlight of this whole premium Stride Deckset, the deck itself. Let's get rid of that small part now. I'm trying not to ban any of these cards. Okay, even after I took it out, you can see a slight ban. It's not that bad right now. Now, what do we have here? First, we got 4 copies of Chronojet Dragon. Then, Smoke Gear, the right deck, Smoke Gear Dragon, Mesa Gear, and Chronoran. All in foil, as you want to see it. And yeah, as for the effect, first Chronojet Dragon, it's got the same one as during the G era, Generation Break 2. When this unit attacks a Vanguard until the end of battle, it gets 5k, and your opponent can use grade 1 or higher to guard this attack. And when you do Stride, you can counter +1 and choose one of your opponent's recards and put it at the bottom of the deck. Smoke Gear Dragon. If Chronojet Dragon rides on it, soul +1 and search your deck for a grade 3 unit and add it to your hand. Mesa Gear Dragon. If you ride it on Chronodran, you draw a card and get your Chronojet Dragon crest. Chronodran, like any other standard starter, if rolled upon, if you win second, you draw a card. But of course, as you can see, if you want to play this deck, you really have to use Mesa Gear Dragon and Chronodran, because without the crest, you won't be able to use any of these cards. Now for the main deck, we got 3 copies of Bali. Generation Break 2. During your turn, if any of the players' rear guards were put to the bottom of the deck this turn, this unit gets 10k, so a 23k beater. And in addition to that, if this card was discarded for stride cost, you can draw a card. Then, now for the grade 2, Upstream Dragon, the star of this deck for most of your attacks. Generation Break 1. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, this unit gets 5k until the end of battle, and at the end of the battle, put this unit bottom of the deck, and search your deck for up to 1 grade 1 unit and call to back row. Compared to the old Upstream Dragon, you don't have to call the grade 1 as a rest state, which means you can also use it as a booster. Now here you got Steamfighter Argandia. It is a skill. When placed on Guardian second, con soul +1, and this gets 5k shield. So technically you can use it in any Dark Sage deck, but its true potential can only be used in this deck if you have a G deck, because if you have a card in your G zone face up, this card gets 10k instead of 5k boost. So a very nice card addition to this deck to have more defense option. And now, A good old card which we all know from a G era or premium, Steam Maiden Arlem. Just like any perfect card effect which we got now, that you don't have to discard anything if you have only one card or less in your hand. Yeah, 4 copies of it, so a great comeback of Arlem. Now another old card which we have, well, seen in V Primo as well, but now again in the standard format, Steam Breath Dragon. If you discard this for paying the cost for Stride, you can also discard it as a grade 3. So another Stride for this deck for 1 card. And it has a act skill in hand. If you have a Chronojet Dragon Crest, discard this card and search your deck or drop for up to 1 grade 3 card with Chronojet in its name and add it to your hand. 4 copies of it. Then another new card for them. Gear All Magnetic Resonance. He has the ability during your turn, if any player's Regas was put to the bottom of the deck, this card gains 5k, so a 13k attack or booster. And in addition, Generation Break 1, this unit gets Intercept and can also intercept from back row. So not only is this a 13k beater on during your turn, you can also use this card during your opponent's turn as another option to defend yourself. Now, here we got Steam Scar GG. Her skill is, when placed on the Regat circle, if you have the Chronojet Dragon Crest, you can soul +2 and draw a card, and if this card was placed by a card's ability, this card also gains 5k until the end of turn. So you can either use it in the early game to draw 1 additional card, or call this out after using Upstream Dragon's attack and gain additional 13k and a draw. 4 of them. So for the main deck, you really want to use GG and Upstream Dragon the most of the time. So here we go now the triggers. Nothing really much to say, so we got the Darkseid Over trigger in the common folding, which you don't really see often now. Quite nice. So, and 4 crits, 4 draw triggers, 3 front triggers, and lastly, 4 heal triggers. There's one thing which is sad about this deck set is that the heal triggers are not Steam Maiden Uluru. That would have been nice if they already brought cards like the perfect card Steam Maiden Arlem back or Steam Breath Dragon, etc. They should have given us like Uluru back. For me, Steam Maiden Uluru was one of the iconic cards in the Gear Chronicle, which you have seen as a normal heal trigger, then as a G guard, and as a evolve form in a G guard, and etc. So yeah, really sad about it, but what can you do? It is what it is. So now on to the Stride deck, which will be put in the G zone. For all of you who haven't played Premium or anything like that before, after a right phase, you get into a so-called Stride phase, where you can discard any number of cards from your hand until you get a sum of grade 3 to choose a Stride unit like this and stride it on top of your grade 3. But here we got Chrono Dragon next stage, one of the G units in this deck. As compared to other G units, it has a certain Stride step that you have to discard a grade 3 with Chronojet in its card name for the Stride cost. Not just having the sum being free or anything like that, it has to be Chronojet. So that's why you really also want to use Steam Breath Dragon to just fetch Chronojet Dragon back. His skill is Generation Break 2. At the end of the battle, they attack the Vanguard, counter +1, discard 2 cards from your hand, put this unit face up into the G zone, and stand your Vanguard with Chronojet in its card name. So, 2 Vanguard attacks. Very simple but effective. Now for the second Stride unit for this deck, Interdimension Dragon, Fate Rider Dragon. This effect, when this unit attacks, counter +1, flip one of your G units in the G zone face up and put a rig at the bottom of the deck. Search your deck for up to 1 unit whose grade is 1 grade higher than the card which you have to put the bottom of the deck as a cost and call it the Regat Circle. Then you can choose one of your units and it gets 5k until the end of turn for each face-up card in the G zone. So on the very first Stride, you will have 4 attacks at all time. Also 4 of them. On to one card, which is essential for this deck as well, the Chronojet Dragon Crest card. You will obtain this card after riding Mindseeker Dragon, and what this card allows you to do is first, that you are able to use the Stride deck so that you can stride. And it also says that you are not allowed to ride anything beside Chronojet, so that's a limitation for that. Second effect continues. The original power becomes 13k because, as you might have seen, Chronojet Dragon has a base of 11k. The reason for that is very simple. Blizzard has officially announced that you are able to use the old Chronojet Dragon cards from the G era, so you can use any old artwork as you want. Now for the third continuous effect, during your turn, if you have a grade 3 or grade Vanguard with Chronojet in its name, all of your front row unit gain 5k for each face-up card in your G-Zone. For a reason that Chronojet Dragon doesn't have a Persona Ride icon, as you can see, you will still be able to have a Persona Ride similar turn on the second stride, because you will have 2 cards in G-Zone face up, meaning that you get a gain of 10k buff on the front row. Then there's also an auto effect, lastly. At the beginning of your battle phase, choose up to one of your grade 3 or grade rear guard and decrease its grade to 0 until the end of turn. But why does it even have that kind of skill? So well, let's see. For example, if you have like either Chronojet Dragon or Steamfire Bali in your hand, and that's the only attacker, and you want to use like Fate Rider skill to call something out, but you can't because you can't call a grade 4 out of your deck, you can just put the grade to 0 and call a grade 1. But I don't think that this skill will be used very often, but it might come up. And then lastly, if you get yourself a Premium Stride Deckset, you will also get the other Stride Crest version of it. Look at this compared to the other one. Compared to the normal version, it got a more metallic feel of it, and you can really see a deeper color of blue of those thunder-like images. And yeah, that's all what you get inside of it. And as well, you can use this big box, which has a great design, as a storage box as you want to. And as well, if you don't really like this thing, I am sure you can just you can just remove if you want to, but I think I will put it like this for my cards or even deck boxes. And as you can see, it's got enough, it fits those kind of boxes very nicely. So yeah, but it's on to you if you want, how you want to use a storage box. But yeah, there's still one thing which I almost forgot actually. The frame. Well, unfortunately they didn't put it together for you first, you have to put it together yourself. Yeah, I think that's how you have to use it. For example, if we now take the special foiling again, you can just place it right into this. And well, yeah, there we go. A perfect fit. Nice. And of course, those screws are other things which you have to use to put this together. So, and you also see there are also kind of 2 little metal sticks, which you can use to put it in, just to leave it as a stand if you want it. Yeah, a really great option, I got to say. And so yeah, that's it for the opening, guys. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video, and I hope I will all see you next time. Bye.